What word would you use to describe India's performance at the Olympics? Some are saying disappointing, some are saying pathetic, and some are saying, you know what, it's kind of what we expected. So let's take a look. Firstly, it's not what was expected. India was supposed to get to double digit medals. For the unaware, India had 7 medals in Tokyo, and crossing 10 medals this time was not only an expectation, it was an assumption. We ended up with 6 medals, and to top it all off, 0 gold medals. Secondly, we can no longer use the same old story for these athletes. Our old complaint was that they don't have funds, they don't have coaches, physios, mental coaches. But that's not valid because you know what? They do. There has been enough time and money put into the athletes' development by organizations, corporates, and the government, and not just recently. It's been put in for a few years now. So it was time to win some medals. Every time we don't win medals, we hear we need to support our athletes even in times of losses. Let me be clear here. I'm an Indian and I will always support Indian athletes either way. But that doesn't mean we don't take accountability. It doesn't mean we don't ask difficult questions, and it doesn't mean we don't say things like, I'm sorry, but you should have won. In shooting, we should have had at least 2 more medals, but a lot of our shooters didn't even qualify for the finals. In badminton, Chirag and Satvik should have medaled in the doubles, but they didn't even come close. That was the biggest disappointment for me. In boxing, we should have had at least 1 or maybe 2. Nishant, they probably got dropped with a bad decision, but you know what? These things happen in sports. As for the archers, don't even get me started on them. They have consistently been the most disappointing and overrated athletes year over year. So how do we change this? Because unless a deep look is taken into what is continuing to go wrong, we will end up in the same situation in 4 years. We can't just hope things will change. The first thing we need to do is stop being proud of every performance, irrespective of the result. We had athletes losing in the first round in various sports, and there were media accounts posting about the athletes' valiant effort. Frankly, I'm tired of pride in athletes, irrespective of the results. And when an athlete doesn't win, why must we write, you are a gold medal winner in our minds? We also need to change our attitude. We're taking a lot of joy in the 6 different 4th place finishes we have had. But what if we change our view on these? What if we say that instead of 6 4th place finishes, we look at it as 6 medals lost? If we want to be winners, we need to think like winners and raise the bar of expectations. If we're okay with just participation and a good show, then that's fine, but that's all we're going to get. Finally, we need to figure out where we are going wrong in closing out wins. Where are we going wrong at the critical moments where we are snatching a loss from the jaws of victory? It's not in the funds. It's a winning mentality in the most important moments. We don't have it. What word would I use to describe India's performance at the Olympics? It's a combination of disappointing and deeply, deeply frustrating. What do you think? Thanks for watching Sportify.